Texas lawyers are being asked to step up and help young illegal immigrants through the complexities of the court system. Monica Lira Bravo has and does, and she is president-elect of the Dallas Hispanic Bar Association. In fact, some of these kids are due in court today. This is a regular thing. This is not something that suddenly started happening recently when it made the headlines.
Exactly. In the past, the immigration court has had a juvenile docket. In the last few months, it's met a little bit more frequently, at least once a week. And so these children have been coming for a good amount of time. It's just in the past few months, it's been a big surge. Right.
And a lot of people ask, if we're saying these families are very poor and they're down in Honduras, how can they afford $5,000, $7,000 to send a child to the United States?
So what happens is most of these children do have a relative or family member here in the United States. And, you know, they save the money, you know, their life savings potentially to bring, you know, their children here or a niece or nephew to save them from what's going on in their home country.
And in many cases, the people who we're talking about that are here in the United States are not here legally either.
In some situations, yes, that's true.
Does that matter when the court says, okay, I'm going to place this 12-year-old child with relatives who happen to be in the United States? Does it matter whether or not those relatives are here legally?
No, what the federal government looks at is is this person a good custodian for these children. So
Right.
they do a background check to make sure, you know, they're not placing them in a dangerous situation.
But
legal status is not an issue.
Not an issue. The attorneys who are being asked to step forward, this is your practice, this is what you do, but a lot of them are doing it on a volunteer basis. Is there a risk that they're going to be an advocate for the child and tell the child this is what you need to say to the judge, and that may or may not be true?
No, that is not what's happening. What we are trying to do is represent these children to see if they do qualify under our law for any form of relief.
What would qualify, as opposed to somebody who just wants to come here because this is a much better place to be?
Right. So there's three big forms of relief that we're looking at for these children to qualify for. The first one would be asylum, and that would be if they have a fear of persecution in their home country based on one of the protected grounds that our laws establish. The second would be special immigrant juvenile status, which would be if they have been abandoned, abused, or mistreated by one or both of their parents, then they could qualify.
Back in the home country?
Either or,
okay.
Right, because they could be coming here to a parent who maybe is an unfit parent, right, or who does not want them. So either or, and then the last form of relief would be through a relative petition. So if, for example, their mother may not have status, but she's remarried and has a stepfather, the stepfather is a U.S. citizen, they could qualify through a relative.
But under the law, they have to meet one of those criteria, not simply that mom is here or dad is here and this is a better place economically
Exactly.
for the family. Economic refugee doesn't count.
Exactly. That is not a form of refugee status.
Right. Is the legal system kind of overwhelmed? We're hearing 57,000 people over the last, since the beginning of the year.
Well, our immigration court system has been terribly backlogged even before this surge happened because it's underfunded. And so as a result of, of all these children coming, it has backed up the court more than usual.
Right.
Yes.
And you've got a seminar coming up for folks who would like to, lawyers who would like to at least consider representing these folks and kind of get up to speed on immigration law, which is complex. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Below Mansion in downtown Dallas. We have a link with more information on myfoxdfw.com. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.